Today, I'm on my way to school together with Mio and Konami as usual. But seriously, that Tina, she didn't even get up this morning. Soon enough, she'll make me want to call her a neat fairy.
今日は兄さんの賞金いくらになってるだろうね。そろそろ5万円くらいいっちゃったり？
That doesn't make me the least bit happy.
あれ？なんだろう？
Just because the bounty went up doesn't mean that it's anything good for me. Quite on the contrary, it only makes things worse.
なんだこれ。
これってマ
I
ジで？
swear to God.
いきなりラスボス来ちゃった感じっすな。
ゆうくん見て見て。
What is it? I fucking knew it. I fucking knew Konami would be on the board. Konami?
兄さんとお揃いだね。
There's absolutely nothing great about that.
コナミちゃんすごいね。ゆうくんより賞金が多いよ。
Yeah, but why is Konami wanted? At least with Yuma, there's a very clear, instruction.
ついに兄さんを超えました。嬉しいです。
Look, I don't think this is the right time to joke around like that. Gazing at Konami's and my happily lined up wanted posters, I feel compelled to wonder what the meaning of this is. First of all, let's have a talk about the culprit who put up Konami's poster. During break, I was wandering around in the hallway searching for the culprit. And I spotted said culprit yelling around right in front of me, so that didn't exactly take me long.
ちょっと花、これは何なの？
Okay. You can say she is the culprit, but you also forgot that that poster was also approved by the student council. So, you know, I think there is a very there is just as big of a culprit in the student council than there is in the newspaper club. Yeah.
いきなり兄よ。あんたって年がら年中怒ってるんじゃない？私を怒らせてるのは花でしょ？これはどういうことなのよ？は？賞金首のポスターだけど。だからどういうことなのかって聞いてるの。
It seems like Tsukishima is throwing the same question that I wanted to ask at her sister. Well, the thought that I apparently was just a tad too late passes through my mind, and I call out to them. Yo, a fight between sisters?
浅葉くん！浅葉ユーマ！
Tsukishima, I also need to talk to your sister. Is that okay with you?
シッシ、あんたなんてお呼びじゃないわよ。
You look just like your sister, but your personality is the complete opposite. Huh.
一応双子なんだけどね。
I mean, you know, I feel like Hanako is a lot more expressive than you.
別に双子だからって性格まで似るわけないでしょうが。
Case in point, I mean, the other expression was also a good example, but whatever. Yeah, she's right. She's really the exact opposite. So, Hanako, would you be so kind as to explain that poster?
花子言う
Okay then, Pillbug.
な！だからなんでそうなるのよ！浅葉くんって花と知り合いだったの？
Well, yeah. We talked a bit relating to some port something thingy before.
どんな縁よ！それと私の呼び名はポートレートアサシンだってば！ポート...
Hey, Hanako, who exactly is calling you that if not even your sister knows about it?
うっさいわね。ほっときなさいよ。それより花子言うな。
I think there are a lot of... I think there is a There's another place on Hanako that is not the same as Yuri. I'm not going to explain where, but let's just say that it's interacting with the I don't know what the cord, I guess, on the camera. Then tell me, what name am I supposed to use to distinguish between the two of you?
ユーリのことはブストでも呼んでおけばいいわ。そして私のことは月島様と呼ばせてあげるわよ。
Okay, Hanako.
だから花子って言うな。浅場くん。
To be, oh well, at certain angles they look the same. Size. What is it, Tsukishima?
ごめんなさい。花がいろいろと迷惑をかけちゃったみたいで。
You don't have to apologize. Hanako is the one who did it.
まったくその通りだわ。
Hanako, please be quiet.
だから花子って言うな。
If you didn't want to be called that, you shouldn't have put up a wanted poster of my sister without permission.
勝手にって人聞き悪いわね。コナミさんは知らないんでしょ。じゃあ勝手にしたんじゃない。なんですって。
Wait. I don't think yelling at each other is going to get us anywhere. As the twins begin to try to glare each other down, I decisively step in to interrupt them before the powder cake explodes. If it broke out into a fight here, it would only make things worse. So Hanako, did the newspaper club make the poster completely on their own accord?
私たちが作ってるのは確かだけど、いろいろあるのよ。いろいろって何？それは浅場くんやコナミさんを困らせてまでやる理由になるの？それは。
If there's a reason, oh listen, can you tell me? I go with a calm approach to keep the situation as calm as possible. Even I may be able to agree with her reasons as long as she tells me.
私も女子たちに頼まれただけで。
Asked by whom, exactly?
あんたのファンの子たちに。だからってやっていいことと悪いことがあるでしょ。わかってるわよ、それくらい。でも頼られたら答えてあげたくなっちゃうでしょ。なっちゃうでしょじゃありません。
So to sum it up, there were some girls who wanted to make a racket about me, and they stirred Hanako up to do it, and that's all.
ちょっと浅場くんからもなんとか言ってあげて。
Right. You're also asked to make one for Konami?
そうよ。男子連中がゾロゾロと集まって私にお願いしてきたわ。
Yeah, but like, Konami doesn't have the make her a lover impact font plastered over the picture. So you immediately made a poster and put it up, and also doubled the bounty on her.
それもちゃんと生徒会公認のね。
Yeah, I guess she slipped. I guess she accidentally gave Hanako the stamp of approval again. What? What do you mean, what? Looking at the poster again, I noticed that it really has the student council's seal of approval on it. Okay. Is it the real thing?
そうみたいね。
How is that possible? Didn't you only put the seal on my posters?
甘いわね、浅場優馬。もしものために写真なしの白紙ポスターにもハンコを押しまくっておいたのよ。
Oh. Right. So, if that's the case, and I can guarantee Hanako's already done this before, what's stopping the newspaper club from scanning the seal and being able to print it on as many posters as she wants? Right? Because all she needs to do is make sure that the seal doesn't overlap with any of the text or the pictures or anything of the sort on the poster, and it'll look like the seal has been that each poster has been officiated by the student council. Right? Sure, there will be imperfections in the scan, but if you look at it from far enough away, and by far enough away, I mean not like right at the fucking seal, you wouldn't be able to tell that it was a scan of the seal. Well, I'll leave that aside for now. Hanako, there are 2 questions I'd like to ask you. Can you answer them?
何よ。
Did the student council say anything to you regarding these posters of me?
今回の？ああ、そうそう。会長から散々小言を言われたわね。自分たちからハンコ渡してきたくせに。
I see. It seems like our president properly kept the promise she made with me. The result is a different story, though. But well, I can't really say that she's the only one at fault in this case. If I had to choose, then the main issue lies with this girl here. Okay, there is one more. Do you think you did something bad?
それは。
花、どうなの？
ちょっと悪乗りしすぎたかなとは思ってるわよ。
Yeah, I doubt you even have that much money.
花、それが悪いって態度？
何よ。だから悪いことしたとは思ってるっつうの。
じゃあしっかり浅葉くんに謝りなさい。
悪かったわね。
Hanako sullenly turns her face away as she apologizes. She probably really doesn't want to do it.
はーなー、しっかり謝りなさいって言ってるでしょ。
It's okay, Tsukishima. As long as she feels sorry for what she did, I'm satisfied.
でも浅葉くん。
In other words, you did it because you thought that maybe everyone would end up having fun, right?
Huh?
Yeah, at my and Konami's expense. What? Am I wrong?
それはもう。
That makes it simple. Just take care that you don't trouble others too much when you want to do something for everyone to enjoy next time.
ちょっと浅葉くん。
That's all I have to say. You also fine with that, Tsukishima?
でもコナミさんが。
It didn't look like she was bothered by it either. On the contrary, she seemed to be happy that her bounty is higher than mine. If you say so... Oh, wait.
そういうなら。
How many times has it been now? So if you can promise to be more discreet from now on, I'll forget about the posters. What do you say?
しょうがないわね。
Alright then. It's a promise between me and Hanako.
だから花子言うな。
Yeah, but like, make sure to write it out in paper so that she can't go back on her word. Sorry, Tsukishima.
大丈夫。でも花、浅葉くんが許しても私は許さないからね。帰ったらみっちりお説教よ。
I wonder whether little sisters are always the dominant force regardless of family. I unintentionally let that impression slip from my lips. As I gaze at these twins, a somewhat heartwarming feeling spreads in my chest. As I absentmindedly let the contents of our classes go in one ear and out the other, before long the chime rings in the beginning of lunch break. Well then. And when I enter the hallway on my way towards the school cafeteria...
兄さん。今からお昼？よかったら一緒していい？
Oh, I see. Right, you don't have lunch with you either today. Together with Konami... Huh, let's see. I guess I'll invite her to the school cafeteria Decline her offer. Gee, I wonder who I'm gonna pick. I wonder which option I'm gonna pick. I think I'll invite her to the school cafeteria. I think I'll give. No. How about you invite some classmates to the school cafeteria instead of having lunch with me? You don't have that many opportunities for it after all.
兄さんは妹とお昼を過ごすのが嫌なの？
No, because that option would lead to me giving you some points instead of giving my points only to Mio, because that's the person I want to. That's the first route I want to go down. That's not the case, but isn't it a great chance to make new friends?
兄さんとがいい。
It's not like I dislike that she's so attached to me, but seeing that she's doing things her own way, unmindful of others to this extent, it makes me worry whether she's able to get along well with her classmates. Alright, I got it. Want to tag along to the school cafeteria then?
行く。
Konami happily lines up alongside me and we set off towards the school cafeteria. Then a thought resurfaces in my mind. The fact that Konami doesn't have lunch with her means...
2人ともいた！
Uh-huh.
兄さん、葵さんがこっちに向けて猛ダッシュしてくるよ。
Yeah, looks like it. By the way, this Asabe sensei here at school, it's Asabe sensei here at school, not Aoi-san.
どうする？逃げる？
No, there's no need to run away. At least I don't think there is. By the time we finish our little dialogue, Aoi arrives.
間に合った。2人に食費渡すの忘れちゃって。
I mean, she is meant to be the PE teacher, right? So you would expect her to be fast, I guess. Asaba, I don't think you should run in the hallway.
でもね、お母さんね、2人にお小遣いを渡しそびれて。
Taking deep breaths, Aoi calms her breathing.
先生、そういうのは家でお願いします。お小遣いあげるぐらい許してほしいな。
If a teacher handed over money to a student within the school, it'd be sort of problematic. I'll pay for Konami's food expenses today. In order to lighten Naoi's load, we buy our lunch at the school store, or eat at the cafeteria 2 or 3 times a week. She's the type who would prepare a homemade lunch regardless of how tired she was, so it was pretty hard to convince her of this. Also, today will be Konami's first time at the school cafeteria.
お家に帰ったら、ゆうまくんの分も私が払うからね。
Please don't mind that. Please don't mind that. But I guess you won't listen anyway, right?
気にしちゃう。子供にお金を使わせたがる親がいると思う？
Well, I guess you did have a point. You do have a point.
兄さん、もらっとけば？
Right, then I'll gladly accept it later.
いっぱいあげるね。
Don't give me more than I'll have to spend. Than I'll have spent. She looks all ready to casually hand me a large sum of money, so I put a little reminder in place. Let's go then, Konami.
それじゃ、浅場先生。はい、いってらっしゃい。たくさん食べてくるんだよ。
Yeah, okay. Excuse us then, Asaba. Seen off by Aoi, Konami and I head towards the school cafeteria. Actually, I'd have liked to invite Aoi to have lunch with us as well, but we're students and teacher here, so I couldn't do that.
おー。
What the fuck? Does it receive your passing grade?
明るくて雰囲気もいいし、素敵な食堂だね。
At Mahaya Academy's cafeteria, students serve the customers students serve the customers, operate the register, etc. The general setup is that it's a part-time job done by boarding students. It looks like a maid cafe without the decorations. The reason is because the boarding students receive their meals here. They're encouraged to take a part-time job here as a form of elevating autonomy. Yeah, get a job at the school so you can elevate your autonomy instead of going outside of the school to work somewhere else. What? Just like Konami said, the atmosphere here feels nice and the food is also pretty good. Overall, you can easily say that this is a pretty high-level school cafeteria. This makes for your cafeteria debut. Pick anything you want.
ここは食券とか買わなくていいの？
That'd certainly be the standard for the school cafeterias, but unfortunately you have to order here.
それはそれで大変そうだね。
Right, especially at times like these when lots of students come in. The employees seem to have their hands full.
兄さんもその一員だけど。
Hey, you're in the same boat from now on as well. But that aside, where do you want to sit?
外の景色がよく見えるとこ。
Then over there, I guess. Let's go. Lin and Konami, I secure window side seats. Maybe it's because almost no first years use the cafeteria as of yet, but it's really empty today. On top of that, it's usually almost impossible to get seats with such a great view, so I guess we can consider ourselves lucky. Alright, so what do you want to have?
兄さんは何を食べるの？
Let's see. As I try to remember what I usually order, someone suddenly calls out to us.
いらっしゃいませ。メニューお持ちしました。
But like... Listen, Yuri, I'm sure it isn't intentional, but like the way you're holding your uniform makes it look like you're pulling it up so you can show off your panties. And I don't appreciate that. Because you could have easily not shown them. Tsukushima, that's you, right?
そうですね。
Probably because she's so bewildered that she couldn't think of the words to say. Her words sound a bit stiff. Come to think of it, Tsukushima is also a boarding student, but I never thought she'd be working here. I've used the cafeteria many times now, so it's actually quite strange that I've never seen her before. I mean, you know, she is meant to be the fucking... What was her role again? The chairwoman disciplinary committee thing? I don't remember.
ゆり先輩、それ似合ってる。ね、兄さん。
Yeah, it truly does.
これは、その...
In response to our gazes directed towards her, Tsukushima appears to be rather fidgety. You don't like the uniform?
そうじゃないけど、ちょっと恥ずかしくって。
Yeah, especially since I can see your panties. Embarrassing.
何ですか？
It really does suit her nicely, though.
兄さん。
Oh. As Konami pokes my leg with her toes from under the table and avert my eyes from Tsukushima. Seems I've been unintentionally staring at her too much. So you're working part-time here?
まあ、寮住まいだから何かとお金がいるし。
Yeah, but like, don't you already basically have a job at the school? I see. Even so, that must be hard. Not only are you the PMC, but you're also working part-time. Yeah, PMC. I forgot what the PM in that acronym stands for, but you know.
この仕事は楽しいからいいんだけどね。風紀委員会の方は大変。
Right, I feel like being the PMC gives you more responsibilities, so why do you need to work here? Or do you not... Is it not required of you, but you're doing it recreationally? You know, a side gig kind of thing. Oh yeah, you said that previous chairwoman quit. The previous chairwoman quit, so you're still suffering under the repercussions because of that?
ええ、うちの学園の風紀委員は選出方法が少し変わってるから人数にも余裕がなくて。
If I remember correctly, a handful of students are elected from the entire student body instead of electing one from each class. The way the students conduct themselves every day, the number of times they're late, the other various factors come into play, and other various factors come into play when selecting PMC members. So they're basically like a group of officially recognized honor students of the school. And Tsukishima is the PMC chairwoman who stands at the top of all these honor students. So I guess it's only natural that she has a lot on her plate.
次の風紀委員選出はまだ先だからできればそれまでに新しい人を入れたいのだけど。
I see. So that's the cause of your worries.
そうね。だけどもっと深い悩みの種が一つあるの。
What exactly?
ジンポー先輩がね。
I would appreciate if Yuma joined the PMC in Yuri's route, right? And I guess joined the student council in Anne's route too, but you know. Jinpo, did you do something?
ちょっとね。
Well, yeah, she gave Hanako free rein to the seal. Guessing from her expression, that was a wry smile mixed in. That has a wry smile mixed in. It's more or less clear who's at fault here. It was the same with the posters, so she might unexpectedly make a lot of blunders. In response to our sigh-filled conversation, Konami tilts her head in puzzlement.
ジンポー先輩って？あ、コナミさんは知らないのね。一応ここの生徒会長よ。その生徒会長さんがどうして問題に？ちょっとね、いろいろと困った先輩で。厄介な人なんですか？厄介というか、なんというか。
Well, it feels like you can't deal with her using ordinary means.
じゃあ気をつけて会いに行かないと。会いに行くの？はい、ちょっとした相談に。
Discuss with her.
部活のこと。
That's understandable then.
もう一回調べてみたんだけど、やっぱり三早学園に将棋部はないみたいなの。
Come to think of it, she talked to me about that last night.
だから部員一人で新しい部を作れるか聞いてみる。
I see, so that's why.
コナミさんは将棋が好きなの？
I guess in the same vein, if Konami does make the Shogi Club, I guess it would be nice to have Yuma join the Shogi Club in Konami's route too. I mean, unless he becomes a de facto member as soon as Konami makes the club in the common round, but yeah. Yeah, she was influenced by our father and has been playing since she was a kid. Tsukishima shows a surprised reaction in response to that mature hobby. Well, it's true that it's unusual.
ところで、兄さんとユーリ先輩にその会長さんの攻略方法をお聞きしたいのだけど。
That's a tough one.
そうね。
Is there any way to win her over? I mean, I can think of one way, but I don't think Yuma's gonna like it.
ないの？
To be honest, I have no idea. It was just last week that I met her for the first time, so I don't know I don't know her that well in the first place.
私もちょっとわからないかな。そうですか。
But regardless, I suppose she'll probably help you. When I talked to her regarding the posters, she put aside her work and earnestly talked it through with me.
わかった。それじゃあ後で生徒会室に行ってみるね。気をつけてね、コナミさん。
Be very careful. It's not like she'll devour her, so no need to get worried to that extent. Oh, right. Didn't you come to take our orders? She's not going to devour Konami, but she is going to try become friends with Konami to find out your weaknesses, Yuma.
そうだったわね。
Having talked for so long, I can consider ourselves lucky that it happened to be so empty today. Well then, the menu cards are already here, so we should choose our orders. Orders now. What would you like to have, Konami?
じゃあ兄さんのおすすめので。
Whenever we're eating out, you always let me choose for you and order the same thing I do.
だってその方がお会計も簡単だし。
Just honestly admit that you're doing it because you think it's too much of a bother to choose by yourself.
自分で選ぶの面倒。
Don't eventually end up saying that it's too much of a bother to eat as well, alright?
その時は兄さんに食べさせてもらうから。
Only in your route, so don't say that in the common route. Man, you say that like it's a given.
二人は仲がいいのね。少し羨ましい。
Yeah, stop flirting in front of the waitress. In response to our conversation, Tsukishima unexpectedly leaks a somewhat lonely-sounding voice. What comes to mind is Hanako's audacious figure. Still, to me, the Tsukishima sisters didn't really look like they're on bad terms with each other. The grass is always greener on the other side, and that's all. Cheer up. If a waitress makes such a face, it'll make the customers feel uneasy.
ありがとう、アスバくん。お客さんに励まされるなんて、接客係失格ね。
Maybe that's why she's showing off the panties, so that she can make as many faces as she wants without the customer realizing. Because they'll be staring at her panties the whole time. Never mind. With that, she smiles tenderly. That might not be the case.
どういうこと？
As a customer, I get to see you making such a great smile, like you showed us just now, so I think most will consider themselves lucky to be served by you. Now you're flirting with the waitress in front of your sister? Tsukishima?
注文が決まったら呼んでね。
Tsukishima hurriedly walks away from our table.
さすが賞金首。
What do you mean?
そう。
Come on, doesn't matter what. Just decide on your order already.
はーい。
After school, since we're alphabetically close, Mio and I are together on duty this week. Phew, I guess that's about it. Mio, how's it going on your end?
こっちももうすぐ終わるよ。
Mio replies while moving her pencil.
ねえねえ、ゆうくんの名前も私が書いていい？
Sure, thanks.
ゆうくんには黒板を消すのもやってもらっちゃってるし。
To increase efficiency, we split the different tasks between us. Shouldn't that be the norm?
ゆうくんの名前ちょっと曲がっちゃった。
Show me.
待って、今消して書き直すから。
You don't have to rewrite it, only because it's a bit crooked.
もう少し可愛く書きたいし。
I think it's quite rare to see someone filling out the class register with such enthusiasm. Your letters are really round.
ゆうくんは国語の先生みたいに綺麗な字を書くよね。
Since my father was a Japanese teacher, he was really fussy about this sort of thing. After all. By the way, you misspelled that here. Uh-oh.
どこ？
Just give me the pencil for a second. I don't think this is a good idea. Unless... sorry, was my face a bit too close? A bit too close? I can't make her cry due to my carelessness. I have to pay more attention.
ゆうくんの喉仏にドキドキしちゃった。
Excuse me? What? Out of all of the things you could have said, Adam's okay, yeah, sure. Why would your heart throb at that?
でも女の子は割とそういうところ見ちゃうと思うよ。あと手の指とか甲の血管とか。
All spots I'd usually never take a closer look at. I mean, okay, I already know girls are... Okay, I'm not gonna say all girls are into hands. Just... I have experience with girls who are into hands. At times I feel somewhat envious of her ability to openly speak of her feelings like this. Yuri, you caught us at a bad time. As I shift my gaze towards the door, I spot Tsushima standing there. Tsushima, you are still at school?
ゆりちゃんだ。どうしたの？ちょっと人を探してて。二人は終盤だったわよね。うん。これから先生に日誌を持っていくところ。そうなの。じゃあ頑張ってね、ミオ。ゆりちゃんも少しお話ししていかない？
Yuri, we weren't flirting, okay? Yet. I haven't picked the option that would give Mio brownie points. That would give Mio points. You said you were looking for someone. Do you want me to help?
お、そうだね。日誌出したら私も手伝うよ。それは、
For only a brief moment, Tsushima looks at me. But as I shift my gaze to her, in response after noticing that, she averts her eyes.
せっかくだけど大丈夫よ。二人とも知らない風紀委員の人だから。そっか、残念。二人ともまた明日ね。
Yeah.
バイバイ。
Looking at her back that kind of seems like she's running away. What? Looking at her back that kind of seems like she's running away. I, unsatisfied with this outcome, get up from my seat. Okay, Tsukushima's the only one in the PMC from our class. So it's more than likely that there should be a different reason for why she came to our classroom. Sorry, I'll leave the register to you.
任せて。
Tsukushima. Didn't you come to talk to Mio about something? If it's inconvenient to have me present, I'll leave you two alone. But Tsukushima just stands there stone still. Sorry, did I get it wrong? This is quite unusual for her. She seems to be at a loss for words.
二人きりのところを邪魔しちゃ悪いかなって。
Like I said, we weren't flirting with each other, okay? The two of us, meaning Mio and me? What are you saying?
何って。
I mean, I'm going to do her route first, but that doesn't mean I already started it. Mio and I have always been together since we were little, you know. As if I'd see a friend of Mio as an annoyance.
だよね。
In fact, Mio would be more than happy if you were with us. So let's... And just as I'm about to invite her...
ゆうくん、日誌書き終わったよ。
Mio's awfully carefree voice comes out of the classroom. Talk about bad timing. Mio. So you want to come with us?
大丈夫。私もまだお仕事あるし。行くね。
I see. Sorry for holding you up.
その、ありがとう。
No need to thank me. I mean, I've used up your time even though you're in a hurry. See you tomorrow then.
またね。
As I gaze at her back, I ruminate on how weird she just acted. It was different from both her usual diligent appearance and the playful atmosphere she had around her at the cafeteria today. What's with her? In the time I rack my brains over that question without arriving at an answer, Mio comes out of the classroom.
ゆうくん、お仕事完了したよ。
Yeah, I heard that. Then let's bring it to the faculty room and go home. Well, I guess it's probably a bad idea to pry about it in this matter. Tsukushima must have her reasons, and above all, it's wrong for me to poke my nose into her business, even though you're the reason she's acting like that. Probably. I mean, I wouldn't assume so because of how early it is into the visual novel, but then again, it was... I am releasing this one after Amaro Chocolate 3, which definitely, you know, around this time would have been when they were dating. Maybe? I don't remember.
どうしたの、ゆうくん。
No, it's nothing. Looking at Mio walking alongside me, there was something I couldn't keep myself from thinking about.
日誌可愛く描けたよ。
Don't you think you've put a little more effort into it than actually necessary?
いいの。だって楽しいよ。
I see. I must say, if possible, I'd like Tsukushima to smile like Mio does it as well.
失礼します。
あ、妹ちゃんでしょ、あなた。
I would appreciate if you don't refer to her as just the little sister, okay?
はい、妹ちゃんこと浅場好みです。そういうそちらはジンポウ先輩でしょうか。
Listen, Anne, Yuma and you aren't close enough for you to just refer to Konami as the little sister.
私が三早学園生徒会長のジンポウアンよ。よく来たわね。
まるで私のことを待ち構えていたみたいですね。
ああ、ちょっとお話ししてみたいなって思ってたら、ご本人が来たからね。
それは光栄です。
私のことはお兄さんから聞いてたの？
もう。
そっかそっか。俺、アン先輩のこと好きになっちゃったみたいだ。とか言ってた？
いえ、特には。ただ、苦悩の表情を浮かべていました。
微妙な反応だ。
嫌ってるわけではないと思いますが、ちょっと苦手かもしれません。
そうなの？それはショックかも。
ところで今日は聞きたいことがあって来たのですが。
ああ、ごめんね。何かな？
実は新しい部を作りたいのですが、部員一人では無理でしょうか？
新しい部か。ちなみに何部を作りたいの？
将棋部です。
コナタンは将棋をする人なんだ。
コナタン？
ナミタンの方がいい？
いえ、会長さんのお好きなように。
動じないところはお兄さんにそっくり。でも新しい部か。
やはり部員一人ではダメでしょうか？
部ではなく同好会としてなら OK だけど、部活動じゃないから部費は下りないと思うよ。
あ、それでしたらとりあえずはこれでどうにかしようかと。
自分の賞金を 自分で受け取るの？
はい。問題がありましたか？
Also, where did you get the money for that bounty?
新聞部に聞いてみないとちょっとわからないけどね。でもこのイベントはもう終わりらしいよ。
終わり？
今朝新聞部の部長さんが来てね、珍しく落ち込んだ様子で終わりにするって言ってたの。
となると賞金は
残念だけど。
大金を手に入れるチャンスだったのに。
コナタン、なかなかずぶといね。晒し者にされたんだから怒りそうなものだけど。
特に何も変わったことはありませんでしたし、気にしていませんよ。
さすが兄弟、強いな。
それで同好会ということでも構いませんので、申請の仕方はどうすればいいですか？
よし、こうしようか。こちらの出した条件をクリアしたら部として認める。どう？
いえ、同好会でも構わないと今。
部員欲しくない？この条件をクリアすると、なんと部活動を承認しちゃう上に部員までついてきます。
はあ、それでしたら一応聞くだけでも。
God damn it, Konami, you fell into a trap.
将棋で私と勝負して勝つ。
勝てばいいんですか？
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought she was gonna be like, oh, you have to make Yuma join the student council.
そう、私に勝てばいいだけ。
ちなみに負けたらどうなりますか？
そうだね。どうしよっかな。
ひょっとしてですけど。
何？
先輩って腹黒ですか？
よーし、対局を始めよっか、コナタン。
なるほど。兄さんが苦悩する理由がわかりました。
Please win for Yuma's sake, Konami. It's evening right now. I'm waiting for dinner in the living room.
ごはん。
Why isn't the light in the kitchen on? Say, Tina, what have you been doing all day?
お昼寝ですが。
How? What happened to you being a love fairy?
恋？
It seems like she really turned into a total shut-in. Did you forget about that?
そんなわけないです。そもそもユーマさんがいけないのです。
Why is it my fault?
誰と恋をするのか早く決めてください。
I've been telling you that I'm not interested in that, haven't I?
これでは商売上がったりです。ご飯を食べて寝るしかないじゃないですか。
Eh? Aren't there other things you can do? Like trying to pique my interest or something?
そのくらいは自分で何とかしていただかないと、私も過労で倒れてしまいます。
Yeah, Tina doesn't have a book like Love Me L did in My Clutch Cupid. A little effort wouldn't kill you, Ms. Love Fairy. And that aside, it's not like I want to have a love fairy put in her back for me. But you know, regardless of what I do and what I don't, doing nothing but eating and sleeping is definitely...
ただいま帰りました。
Did she lose? A school uniform-clad Konami suddenly trots into the living room. Yeah. Welcome back. You're pretty late.
おかえりなさいです、コナミさん。
Hey, what's with you, Konami? You look so pale.
どうしたの、コナミちゃん。私と
何があったの？お母さんに相談してみて。なんだって聞いてあげるから。
Konami? Konami's lifeless face reminds me of a zombie. Hey, what in the world happened? she lost.
私の玉を
Crown jewels.
取られました。
Aoi. The problem is Aoi doesn't understand what Konami means by crown jewels. Aoi. In response to Konami's shocked confession, Aoi collapses while foaming at the mouth. In the end, it turned out to be nothing serious.
将棋に負けてしまいました。
Apparently, she only lost at shogi.
よかった。お母さんてっきり。てっきり？あ、そうだ、夕飯の用意するね。てっきり、何ですか？
Don't ask me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know what Aoi could have thought when a girl talks about her crown jewels being taken. What would Konami's crown jewels be in this situation?
私にも教えて。
In Aoi's head. In ours, it's the knight in shogi, something like that. Oh no, it'd be the king, I guess. You're the one who said it in the first place. What do they want to make me say? Yeah, what do they want to make me say, these girls? But it really got me worried when you suddenly turned up like that, with a pale face.
また入院しちゃうと思った？
Don't say that, even as a joke.
コナミさん、どこか調子が悪いのですか？
No, that wasn't referring to now.
ちょっとね、小さい頃に入院してたことがあるの。入院？そうだったんですか。楽しかったな、入院生活。
Yeah, there was a time Yuma was hospitalized too. What are you saying? You were complaining how boring it was to stay in bed all day.
でも、毎日欠かさず兄さんが来てくれたし、父さんもちょくちょく顔を見せてくれたよ。
Well, now that she mentions it. As a child, Konami wasn't really attached to me and instead always clung to Dad. Considering that we're now so close, that she'd even casually tease me, it deeply moves me when I think about it. Dad must have been busy with work and yet he always made time for you.
そうだね。兄さんも。
It's not like I had anything better to do in the first place. Besides, I think it's only natural to visit your little sister if she's in the hospital.
そっか。じゃあ、兄さんが入院したら、私も毎日お見舞いしてあげるね。
I'm telling you, don't joke around about this sort of thing.
その時は、私も一緒にお見舞いします。
You, Tina? You'd go to the hospital?
はい。私がお見舞えば、立ちどころに元気いっぱいですよ。
A Soul Reaper who visits you in the hospital. Could there be any bad omen worse than that? Well, you know, you wouldn't be in the... At least, hopefully you wouldn't be in the ICU when she visits. Well, setting the talk about hospitals aside, isn't it pretty unusual for you to lose a game of shogi except against you?
いつも兄さんには負けているよ。
Yeah, true, but you have a positive win-loss ratio on the internet, right?
一応だけど。
So I didn't think there'd be someone good enough to defeat you this close by.
うん。私もびっくり。
You know, who isn't Yuma? Maybe calling to mind the course of the game, Konami seems as if she's seriously pondering something. As long as she keeps that earnest attitude towards Chogi, I'm convinced that sooner or later she'll win against the person she lost to today. It made for a good exercise, right?
うん。
But, you know, what was the punishment for losing against Anne? So, did you already recover from the emotional scar you've suffered?
兄さんが頭を撫でてくれれば大丈夫。
Geez, if you put it like that, I can hardly refuse, can I?
うん。
I place my hand on Konami's head and gently stroke her hair. Try your best to win next time.
負けないためにも修行する。
Training. As I ask that question, Tina begins to juggle my arm.
私も頭を撫でてもらえると大丈夫です。
If you want me to pet you, just say so in a straightforward way. Jeez. Since I have no particular reason to go through the trouble of refusing her, I start to rub her head. So, what kind of training were you talking about?
実は指示を仰ぐことになりまして。
Oh. Was that... was that the punishment for losing? Under a teacher? Who exactly?
将棋部の部長に。
Okay, no, I see. So, if Konami won, she got to be the Shogi Club president, but because Anne won, she got to be the Shogi Club president. I thought there was no Shogi Club.
なんと本日発足。
Yeah, so it would have been founded either way. The only problem is that you aren't the president of it. Oh, is that right? That must mean her talk with Jinpo went well. Not really. Well, the talk went well, the game didn't. I thought Konami would end up being the only member, but it's a relief to hear there's another person who is proficient enough to become Konami's teacher.
ユーマさん、見たいテレビがあるので、もういいです。
I see you're the type who does whatever springs to their mind, huh? As I let go of her head that I've been rubbing, Tina trots off towards the TV. And now that I think about it, it really feels like Tina perfectly blends into our family. Konami, do you enjoy your school life?
とっても。
Tina's just as quirky. She's quirky enough to fit into the family. Glad to hear that. In that case, the main problem at present is, leaving Tina's case aside, the major problem left is Jinpo's relentless pursuit in bringing me into the student council. That alone seems to be a problem that'll cause me more than just one headache.
あれ？今日はコナミちゃんいないの？
Yeah, apparently she has something to do at school. She left early in the morning, looking really drowsy. It's very unusual for Konami to get up so early. That's also part of the punishment. Maybe her excitement regarding her club activities from today on get the better of her and she couldn't sleep anymore.
用事ってなんだろうね。
Got the better of her. Dunno. Just ask her in person if you want to know. But let's set that aside for now and do the usual thing.
よろしくね。
Yeah, of course. As I gently grip Mio's hand, she presses her hand on her mouth to prevent her voice from leaking. And so we walk today's telephone pole distance. With the usual rehabilitation over, Mio and I head towards the school side by side. But since Mio's eyes are still slightly swollen, I walk at the pace that's as slow as time allows. Still vexed that you didn't manage to hold your tears.
昨日読んだ漫画でちょっとショック受けて。
Manga? You mean the ones Chima confiscated?
あれはもう全部読み終わってるよ。
What? I see. Which means she brought them to school in order to return them, huh? Oh. What? I thought she got them from Hanako, not that she was giving them back to Hanako.
ゆうくんが見た漫画の続きを昨日読んだの。そっちではヒロインが男の人と喧嘩しててね。
There's a heroine in that manga?
いたよ。
I guess I was wrong. I thought that only male characters would appear in those kinds of works. It seems I have to revise my view on them a bit. So, what happened there?
その人が ヒロインに向かって言ったの。
Yeah.
すぐ泣く女はうぜえって。
I mean, okay, Mia, you do a lot more than just cry, okay? I see. So what's your point? Even without her telling me, I can more or less already see what she's getting at, though.
ゆうくんもうざいって思ったりする？
Wouldn't you know it? A mix of speechlessness, even admiration, and other emotions. It makes me heave a sigh in spite of myself. I never once thought of you as annoying when you cried.
本当？
Yeah, pitiful maybe, but annoying? No. Why would I lie? Also, in my opinion, it'd be a far greater issue if you didn't face your nature.
本質って？
Can you keep yourself from crying when a guy touches you? Well, that goes without saying.
無理。
Right. However, you're doing your best at rehabilitation in order to fix that, aren't you?
それはそうだけど、いつ治るかわからないし。
I mean, if we're being honest here, that rehabilitation doesn't seem to be going anywhere, considering you aren't progressing further, right? You're walking the telephone pole distance and stopping you're stopping there every single time. It's not like you're walking a few steps further every time you know, train her to stop being scared of men. Then I'll make you cry until you do.
たくさん泣くよ。
I don't mind if you do, as long as you smile for at least the same amount to cancel it out.
笑うの？
Yeah, a smile for me. She wears a smile that makes the people around her happy. I shouldn't be the only one who's always calmed by it. Konami, Tsukushima, Aoi, so all of them, I think everyone around us loves Mio's smile. Smiling is your field of expertise, right? So in return, you can cry in front of me as much as you want. That doesn't work for you? Mio shakes her head while saying, "No, I'm fine with that," in a barely audible voice.
なんかまた涙が出てきた。
A wry smile escapes me in response to Mio smiling while crying. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. The extremely happy expression she shows me infects me, making a warm feeling spread within my chest. What I was seeing was undoubtedly the smile I'm loving.